in human resources, in the capacity we have, in the ideas we have, that we can actually, I think, change the world. And it's even more important that we actually have to do it, because otherwise we're going to run into serious problems. And I'm starting to see this more and more. But I'm seeing great solutions. So I'm just going to give an overview. MOVE was set up, stands, as Dawn mentioned, as massive open online varsity. We started a small experiment, and the mayor of Johannesburg, Parkstown, and now I know all the politicians are having a hard time figuring out what's going on, you know, and I hope whoever gets control over the city has got as much vision as the current mayor had, and hopefully he'll be the mayor, but I don't know, we'll see what happens, but it doesn't matter. Hopefully this is larger than any person, so if you're all politicians, I hope you can keep this project going, because it's really, really valuable. And and then the mayor, and I'll deal with that. So we got support of the city of Joburg, and I must give them credit, because it's actually unlocked something that's quite amazing. I almost feel that I'm not even, I mean, we've got ideas of direction, but we're almost just like, border collies now, just like keeping it on its way, you know, in a way. So, so let's just get, what is, so the first thing is, we all know about this problem, is that we've got high youth unemployment, and just in Joburg it's getting to a few 100,000. It's like almost at 400,000, which is a problem. And we don't resolve that. We've got socio-economic problems. A lot of the people who are unemployed are coming from some of them really from environments in poverty and social structures and all of that. We've got a very broad-based level of learning that it's hard to tell what people actually know when they leave school, you know, and there's no standardized testing. Even this doesn't matter actually, because we all know that you can stuff up a test, so like I'm not even worried about that. And then we've got tertiary costs, which is something we're going to deal with now, which is very, very high to the individual in town and to the country, and in lots of ways, social costs and financial costs. And then we've got the current structures can't cope with it. I mean, we know that, and we're seeing it happen, and it's actually cracking right now as we speak for various reasons. So, and the question is it even the right structure to deal with the problem? Like, we're all everyone's trying to mold the current tertiary structures to deal with the problems, and they're actually changing what those tertiary structures were created for in the first place, and maybe they're not meant to deal with the problem. Maybe something new is needed. So we'll discuss that idea, and because of the level of audience, and all of you, I know everyone's thought about it, it's a bit intimidating for me, but we'll just raise the problems and show you how we're dealing with them. And we haven't been going that long to say we found any answers. We're just finding more questions, but we're seeing a lot of potential. So just in terms of what MOVE is and what the mayor did, the issue was we had to massify it. I mean, the first time they said, and it was kind of the first time I'd even heard this word, massification. So the question is, if you're going to resolve this issue, it's like you've got to do it on a massive scale. We've got to get to hundreds of thousands of students very, very quickly and very, very efficiently in the school sector and in the tertiary or post-school sector or vocational sector, whatever you've got. And it leads to a way of approaching pedagogics when you massify it, and a way of the economics of it all. And so you want to look at people as individuals, but you've got this big number to deal with, and you've got to balance them. So this is some of the things we're struggling with. And it leads us to make very strange choices, and hopefully we can discuss this later. You know, then the one thing we have to do, and this is what MOVE has done, and this is the most important thing. This is actually how it exists in its current form. There's no fees. So when someone walks into a MOVE campus, they are not charged anything, okay? Doesn't mean it's free, because it's obviously costing the city and various other partners, but there's no fees. And we joke with the students, and we say to them, we must have protests, fees must rise. I mean, I'm trying to start a fees must rise campaign, so we'll have a business model, you know? But, but it also introduces an interesting thing, it's a social contract. So when students arrive at us, they don't have to be there, they're not paying us, they're not their customers, no one owes anyone anything, and we get involved in like a social contract, which is quite a privileged position to be in. The students help, we help the students. If something goes down, everyone sorts out the problem. It's not like suddenly everything can disrupt, and thank goodness at this stage we haven't had any problems, you know. And then the next thing is there's no entry requirement. So if someone walks into a MOVE center, they're not asked, did you do a matric? Have you done this? No, you don't care at all. You come in, you're shown what you want to do, and you start. And this, I'll discuss later, leads to very interesting problems, because you've got people who have dropped out of university and people who haven't finished matric, all starting. And how do you balance where you take them? You know, and the other thing about it is that we've even had some people who've never even touched a computer. They physically never touched a computer. They start crying, maybe some of them, and then people help them, and we start